I would like to call this meeting of the Festus City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Councilman Boyer,
Here.
Councilman Collier,
Here.
Councilman Venz,
Here.
Councilman Cook is absent, Councilwoman Templeton. Here. Councilman Weiner.
Here.
Councilman Tenen is absent, and Councilman Dennis.
Here.
We do have a quorum. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Tonight's bills total $842,351.91.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilman Venz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Templeton. Yes. Councilman Weiner,
Yes.
Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Collier.
Yes.
Motion carries. Remarks of visitors.
We have none, sir.
I have a proclamation for National Public Works Week. Whereas works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the city of Festus, Missouri. And whereas these infrastructure facilities and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the city of Festus, Missouri to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2025 marks the 65th annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association / Canadian Public Works Association, be it now resolved, I, Mayor Samuel F. Richards, do hereby designate the week of May 18th to the 24th, 2025 as National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and advancing quality of life for all. In witness thereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the state and the city of Festus this 24th day of March, 2025. There we are. Proclamation. Good work, Public Works.
Thank
Moving right along. Bids. Water Storage Tank Maintenance and Asset Management Program Request for Proposals. Staff report, please.
Thank you, sir. On 2/25/2025, the city of Festus received several requests for proposals for the water storage tank maintenance and asset management program. To ensure that all of the water storage tanks are maintained on a regular basis and emergency services and engineering can be provided by an experienced company, staff reviewed the proposals and went through an interview process. The maintenance program would renew on an annual basis, and the first year's cost would be $298,100. And
Is there any discussion? Would we discuss this in the work session? I will, if there's no discussion, I will entertain a motion to approve the bid for $298,100 from Viking Industrial Painting.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilman Collier,
Yes.
Councilman Venz,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Templeton,
Yes.
Councilman Weiner,
Yes.
Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer.
Yes.
Bid is approved. Ordinances and resolutions. Tonight, we have Bill 4819 on the agenda. Would the clerk please read the bill for the first time?
Bill number 4819, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to execute contracts with Viking Industrial Painting for the Twin Concrete, Scenic Tower, Pounds, and Lowe's Tower water storage tanks, incorporating said contracts and documents as part of this ordinance and establishing an effective date.
Bill 4819 is now open for discussion. We've already had a staff report on it. I think we all discussed it also. Is there any councilman that would like to have this bill carried over for the next meeting? Hearing none. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules and read Bill 4819 for the second time in title only?
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, would you please read Bill 4819 for the second time?
Bill number 4819, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to execute contracts with Viking Industrial Painting for the Twin Concrete, Scenic Tower, Pounds, and Lowe's Tower water storage tanks, incorporating said contracts and documents as part of this ordinance and establishing an effective date. Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Collier,
Yes.
Councilman Venz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Templeton,
Yes.
Councilman Weiner,
Yes.
Councilman Dennis.
Yes.
Bill 4819 has passed. New business, annual liquor licenses renewals. I believe you have a list of all of them. Chief, we have any problems from any place?
Currently, we don't have a major issue at any one place, so they're all good.
Okay. Any discussion? I will entertain a motion to approve the active liquor licenses to be renewed for 2025 to 2026.
So moved.
Motion's been made
Second.
and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. Liquor licenses approved. We have a festival request for Emmanuel Lutheran Church submitted by Doug Thurman. And they want to have their
August 2nd from 6 to 1.
let's see, is that what, yes. They want to have their thing there from on August the 2nd from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Chief, you have any problems with this?
He did come in and meet with us about this. What they're doing, it's a church event. They have different churches hosted every year. It's kind of a back to school event where they give out things to the children. They're hosting it this year, and what they're requesting to do is close off Briarton. Their church is actually on Crystal City side of Briarton. Their Family Life Center is on the Festus side of Briarton. So they want to close that part of the street between the two because kids will be walking back and forth between the church and the Family Life Center. My understanding is they're going to leave 3rd Street and Ward Terrace open, and cars will be utilizing the parking lot for the old Sacred Heart School, but they want to be able to close that section of the street directly in between the church and the Family Life Center. I don't have an issue with it. When he approached me with it, I did advise him to close the street. He had to come to the council, and that's where this request comes from.
Okay. Any discussion? I'll entertain a motion to approve the request from the Emmanuel Lutheran Church.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. Josh, you want to talk about the award that,
I had no idea, or else I would have came a little more appropriately dressed. It's my work attire here, but then I've got to try to one up the Public Works proclamation. So I don't know if everybody knows, but the barn is already getting awards. So on March 26th, the barn was nominated for and won the Heritage and Conservation Remarkable Renovation and Restoration Project at the St. Louis Council of Construction. The Barnes design firm, Bond Architects, was nominated for Design Firm of the Year for the Red Barn project. And then on April 29th, was that the day we went out there too? I couldn't remember. We visited Jefferson City, and we were awarded the Preserve Missouri Award, which we were one of 8 projects in the state that won this award for 2025 with our Red Barn project. And we also received a resolution from Mr. Waller out there in the House of Representatives. So I have actually both of those here tonight. So, and this is phase 1 of a multi-phase project. So hopefully, as we continue on with the phases, we will be upgraded awards year after year. So thank y'all.
thank you. Congratulations. Any old business?
No, sir.
Councilman Boyer.
Just want to compliment the police department every 2 weeks when we get all the updates on it. See where a lot of tickets have been issued, which so deserving anymore, it seems like around here. There's nights when down there by the Mobile on the Run, it sounds like a drag strip down there. But we still got guys going down there occasionally.
There will be,
And then Mark, on the grass, tall grass, I know a lot of them's going to say, it's been rainy, but we're keeping our grass cut in the rain. So we find dry days. But there's Mrs. Buffa, did you go over there and see that lot?
It's been posted.
Got it posted? Okay. All right, thank you. Mike, on that retaining wall, had a question on that. You guys said there's a good base for that? You're gonna be using like 1-inch rebar coming out of it or so, or?
I'm not sure on the rebar size. Whenever Joker's requested to use it, we sent a markup to the engineer, Intuition and Logic, and they came back effectively doubling the steel.
Okay.
Requested.
'Cause I'd hate to see it, fail again with that bank being behind it. Weed poles?
So there are weed poles factored in.
Okay.
Just above the sidewalk.
Okay, yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good. That's all I have, sir. Thank you.
All righty, thank you, Councilman Weiner.
Chief, thank you also for the increased tickets over there. It's, I live, on Westwoods right there, and that sound is just like, it sounds like you said, Dave, it sounds like a drag strip there, and there's lots of cars that are making a lot of noise and so on. So appreciate that. On your, on the gun range, how are you doing on that as far as the, where are we at on that now?
We've just received the analytical study back. I haven't gone all through that, gotten through it yet. We are arranging to conduct the test that Councilman Tenen requested. We're just waiting for a dry day to go down there and do that. After that is said and done, we'll compile all that together and I'll get with Greg and we'll talk about a date to hold some type of a public hearing, just to where people could come in and gain more information on it before we bring it back to you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great. If you could, when you do your firing, if you could maybe let the council know when that's going to happen, that would be appreciated.
We can see if we can work that out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. Josh, I know you've been really busy and there's still that graffiti still over there, and it's not what the graffiti, that there is graffiti, it's what the graffiti says. That's,
Should have been taken care of.
well, it's not, but at least I went there,
Maybe they updated it.
maybe I went there Thursday, but maybe it disappeared. I don't know. Yeah, well, I know you're busy with the Red Barn and so on. So, and it's great to see the Red Barn not die and rot away, and when it's going to be too late to try to save it. And I think it's wonderful that we're getting awards for it. Not that that's, I mean, it's nice that we're being awarded those, but historic Festus will remain historic because we're not tearing it all down. So I deeply appreciate that too. And our splash pad, we're getting close to that. So the Red Barn, the splash pad, I was just up there last night. Like I said, listening to Joe Scalziti with the, thank you, Dave, with the mob. And I mean, he is so Frank Sinatra-ish, and it's just, I love it. I love the way he sounds. So, yes, that's all I have, sir. Thank you.
All righty, thank you, Councilman Dennis.
There's a lot moving and shaking around town. Went out by the park, talked to Josh, the dog pound. They got a nice run there, fenced in run for the dogs. Our animal control officer does a good job out there. He puts a lot of his heart and soul in that. The salt storage container building is looking really good. Very impressive building. I run out there quite a bit and look around. Like I said, we got something going all over town. We're working on the wall, we're working on the streets, and then we're starting to catch up with us. Thank Mark, he's helped me out, get a couple tree problems worked out to where we're able to help the citizens, and some of them were pretty big trees, and we're able to work it all out. Like I said, the traffic is doing really, really well. We're on it. I would like to sow a thought about possibly getting that fire property we own out past JPAD sold, and keep up the incentive, towards another firehouse, another location. I know Jeff works on it all the time. We've talked about it 100 times, but we do own that piece of property just west of JPAD, and I don't think we've ever really talked about what we're going to do with it or the sell of it, but just to sow that seed and go from there. But everybody does a great job, and they make our jobs easy. So that's all I have, sir.
All right, thank you. Councilman Collier.
First off, I want to apologize for missing the last two meetings since I was out of town working. Also, late congratulations to the councilman that was reelected. And I noticed coming up the maze of a highway we got now, and
trying to figure out which way to go. I noticed that they're tearing into the Central Bridge and the, what is it, Second Street?
Third Street.
Or Third Street Bridge. Is that causing any problems or anything with traffic or anything? Which is a good thing because we're gonna have all new bridges and everything. And, while I was gone, I missed quite a bit. But since I've been back, I've noticed that there's been a lot of improvements. There's been a lot to Main Street. Everything seems to be going good. So that's all I got, sir.
All right, thank you. Councilwoman Templeton.
So just to kind of build on what you just said about the highway, I had the opportunity at the JCGA's biannual meeting to listen to a gentleman from MoDOT who basically said, unless you want to have one lane both ways, that's the best we got right now. So they're doing the best they can. It was a great, if you've not had an opportunity, encourage people, follow up with MoDOT on what it is that they are doing, because we're going to have it a lot better. Peevely is going to be worse. And he was pretty open about that. It's going to be rough. Also, the art walk that was 2 Sundays ago, I guess it was, very successful. They had 40 vendors that signed up to be part of that. So shows you what draw we have on a Sunday. So there was adults, there was children, there's all kind of things going on. So the people I know who have businesses on Main said it was just a great event that they were able to have. I think that just kind of shows how we're kind of broadening those ideas of what it is to be in Festus, which was a good thing. So can't wait for the splash pad to be up and running. Thank you for all your hard work, everybody that's seated at that table over there, and you too as well, obviously. So I know the fire department has been crazy busy. I know the police department has been crazy busy, and we just appreciate everything that you do. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman Vance.
Yeah, same here. You guys are doing a great job on that. I really appreciate it. The only thing I got is besides the drag strip on Horine Road, actually nice as it's been. How's the patrols looking on that, Doug?
We're rolling when we can.
I know, I mean, it just, like I said, somebody has to be looking, watching you guys, and as soon as you leave it, it's wide open with four-wheelers and everything. I mean, there's all it ain't just cars. It's
Anytime you hear a four-wheeler or anything like that, let us know when it's
Pocket
happening.
bikes.
Also, when you get over there, try to catch it.
Yeah, I seem like I'm always a second too late because they're gone after that, unfortunately. And is there any? A lot of people are complaining because people are out walking with their pets, and they're getting tired of the pets doing it in their yards, and they're not cleaning up. Is there any violation or anything that can happen? Because that is the number one thing I hear is when people are out walking and the dogs, especially naturally, dump in their yard, and they're sitting there like, hey, can you pick up? And it's not, it's mine, or whatever. I didn't know if there's any law against that, or I don't know. I mean, that's the biggest problem that people complain that the dogs, are dumping in their yards while they're out walking. Is there any law? I mean, it's not mine because I ain't got the sidewalk on that side, but all the everywhere people have asked me, I said, I don't know if there's any law against it or not.
Law against being a bad dog owner and a bad neighbor?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it is, but yeah.
nothing could be done, right? As far as I mean, I didn't think there,
My wife put a concrete spark plug right by the sidewalk.
yeah.
We're the number one house in the neighborhood.
The dogs all love to go by there.
Yeah, I just told him I'd bring it up. I didn't know. I just told him I don't think there's any,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just, yeah.
Okay, I just thought I'd bring it up because I told him I would, but that's the biggest complaints people say.
And stick a Walmart bag in your pocket, okay? It's that easy to do. And
Yeah.
folks just don't think to do it.
Well, I know we're supposed to do it. I see the signs in
We have the
you know,
dispensers in the park.
in a partners thing, but still,
Jason to run around at every dive. We hope for the best, and usually typically in our parks, we don't
Yeah.
see very much of it there. Most
Right.
people are respectful, but not down the sidewalks. We give them the bags.
Yeah.
We have the stations throughout there. They're not on the streets. so-
I know but that's the biggest, a lot of complaints. I mean, I'll be out walking or see people and they just, so I thought I'd bring it up. But other than that, things are really good around town, and that's it, sir.
All righty, thank you. Thursday evening at 6 p.m. We're going to be dedicating the William Earl Cook Senior Park. They're on South Adams. The Parks Board is going to have their meeting at the park and dedicate that park. Earl's family has been notified, so that if you can attend, that would be great. And I want to make sure it gets into the record that last week, our city administrator was presented with the J.T. Bell Professional Management Award. It is the highest honor given by the Missouri City County Management Association. And Greg was awarded that award. We're so proud of him for your good work.
Thank you, sir. I won second place.
Did you?
Just like you.
That's all I have, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. This meeting is adjourned.